And now for the final thing you have to know before being able to go into your first game are stalemates and draws. First, a stalemate happens when, let's say that this is the position you are in, and your opponent does this, and you do this, and your opponent moves their rook here. If they're not careful, you could get in a stalemate soon. The only moves you could currently do are this and this. But if their pawns were originally here and here, so if just these two pawns were moved up, what would the position become? So opponent puts you in check. You're like, okay, I can just move out of this, and then they move their rook here. Where do you move? You can't move here. Can't move here. Can't move here or here. Can't move here. Stalemate is when your king doesn't have any legal moves. A legal move for your king is a move that doesn't put him in check. With stalemate can only happen if all of your pieces can't move. For example, if all of the pieces were taken off the board and it was just your king, in this position right here, it would be stalemate. In this position, this would be stalemate because your king can't move anywhere. But if you're a rook or a bishop, let's use a bishop. If your bishop was on the board and it was this position, you can't move your king, but you have to make a move. You have a legal move you can make, so you have to make one of these legal moves. You have to. So, and also this could happen if you were pushing this pawn up, right? And your opponent moved this pawn here, your pawn can't go anywhere. They have nowhere to go. So this would be stalemate because you have no legal moves that you could make. What would be known as a draw is if the players agreed to it. So those are the different ways you can draw and stalemate in chess.